John. I watched Harold and Kumar when I was 14 years old. And through the years, I would go to his IMDb and check up on him and say, oh, he's got a movie called Searching. I'll go support that. Right. And I feel even as a fan, like all those movies led to this.
Sure. First of all, thank you. Thanks for supporting all these years. And yeah, in a way, it does feel like a culmination of things. And maybe it's the project itself, which is like, it combines so many genres. And so I feel like I'm drawing on as many skills as I have in the toolbox, you know what I mean? In Harold and Kumar, we had to, in order to get that movie made so that the studio wouldn't cast two white guys in our place, they had to write in a lot of like ethnic specific scenes to protect ourselves. And in this, what's really interesting was we have this multicultural cast, multi-ethnic cast in Cowboy Bebop, but they're also not talking about it. And it's not really plot material, you know? What we're doing is chasing bounties and figuring out our relationships and dealing with trauma. And so I guess you introduced the idea, but yeah, I'll call it a culmination.
Definitely.
It's a great show, by the way. I'm still on like episode 4. They sent me everything, but I'm like watching it slowly and enjoying it and rewatching the anime and comparing everything. So I'm enjoying it.
Do you?
Take
it
your
slow.
time.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Okay, this
Sip it.
Sip it. There you go. I love it. This one is for everyone. Okay. And it's about nostalgia. A lot of millennials have been experiencing full circle moments with the Friends reunion, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm excited for the new Scream movie. Why is nostalgia so powerful and where do you get it from?
Ooh, that's a fantastic question. I'll start.
Yeah.
I think nostalgia is important to me because, and why I think our show is so special for so many people. I mean, especially with these last 2 years that have been so trying and difficult for the entire world. And we've had to adapt as a human race and we've been through so much. And I think for me, even though my life has never been perfect, I get a sweet spot when I remember, for me, the 90s. Like the 90s was when I was a kid. And, you know, it just makes me feel, I don't know, a little sad. There's like the little tinge of sadness because it's gone, but it's always nice to be a part of a project that actually brings that warm tinge of sad, happy feeling back for people.
Well, I mean, as we were talking about earlier, just the power of memory. I feel like in a lot of ways we lead our lives to collect them, you know, so that we can relive them. They're really our greatest treasure. I mean, I think it's just a natural part of our consciousness to look back. That's when you can see things clearer. They say hindsight's 20/20. So yeah, it's a big part of perception.
Cowboy Bebop is incredibly stylish, and the style is also, it has its own identity, right? And it goes beyond the visuals. It's the costumes, the characters, and the way they interact and behave. The line delivery, I'm guessing, will be different as well. How long did it take for you to completely get it? Like, oh, I get what we're doing here, because you want to commit to it, right?
I think there's always a balance between, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and that felt good, you know? And so that's just the process. You're always stumbling forward and you don't really know what you're doing until it's all done, you know? And then you, again, like memory, you look back and you go, oh, you can see it in its totality, you know, all the beats. I felt confident, even though there was moments of uncertainty because, you know, that's just the part of the unknown. But I felt, because of the dedication that everyone had to Cowboy Bebop on the production side, on the creative side or the acting side, I felt the confidence there as well.
Back then, so much of Cowboy Bebop's world felt like it could happen maybe in 100 years, but now it feels like it could happen in the next 5 years. Yeah. Some of the stuff we already have today. If you were living in this world of space travel and bounty hunters, what do you all see yourselves doing?
Oh,
I know mine.
Well, you go.
Oh, okay. Not to put myself on any list, and I have no plans of actually doing this, and I would do it my own way, but eco-terrorism seems pretty good. Seems like a plan. Let's just plant more trees, but maybe not hurt so many people.
I don't know. I was gonna say maybe I'd be a criminal, but maybe I'm being maybe that's not within me. You know what? Synthetic meat.
That's a good
The synthetic
business.
meat business.
The algae soy hybrids.
Yeah, algae soy hybrid. That's where it's at. I think that's where the money's at.
Mustafa, you and I would make like a good duo, I think, actually.
Yeah, I get that sense
Right?
too. Yeah. What would I do?
What would you do in that world?
Probably be doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, exactly. I would be minding people's business in some way or another. Fully invested in other people's business.
Making some hip-hop.
Yeah, space hip hop.
I'd be a high-end dog dealer.
Oh, there you go.
Just to be around
Oh
dogs.
yeah. High-end dog dealer. Nice.
Would you say the world of Cowboy Bebop is an evolution of all the things that we have, or a devolution? Like, this is what happens when we fall backwards while also being ahead in some way.
Any vision of the future is always a photograph of the moment in which it was made. And so, in Star Trek was a kind of expression of 60s optimism about America. And Cowboy Bebop, I feel like, I'm still figuring it out, is certainly an expression of pre-2000, anxiety about what's to come, where the world is going. So in a way, it's, although the show takes place in the future, it is really about what we used to be.
I love that. I want to thank you for having me in this room with you. I think you're all doing incredible work. All your filmographies are amazing. I'm just excited for what you bring to the world. Stay safe.
Thank you. Don't stop wearing hats.
Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place.